Oh, hello there. We're just casually balancing props on our heads to get you ready for a quick and dirty Kinstretch workout that you can do completely off your feet. So if you have an ankle sprain that you're working with right now, any kind of pain that means you can't put pressure on your feet at all, we wanted to give you something that could feel like a good, juicy workout so you can work on the things that you can train even while you're giving your feet some space. For props, you will need a cushion or a rolled up bath towel or beach towel would work great for this, just to keep the ankles and feet elevated. And then you'll also need a spacer. So a block or a tennis ball will work great, balled up socks, for when we get to a section a little later in the class. You wanna have some options there. And we're going to dive right in a modified quadruped position. So you're gonna come onto your hands and knees, resting your shins lightly on that pillow or rolled up towel, just again to keep the ankles nice and happy. We're gonna start with some scapular CARs. So we're gonna take a breath in, brace your midsection, strong, stiff arms, draw those shoulder blades in towards the spine, up towards the ears like a shrug, spread apart from the spine, pushing the floor away, and then stay wide as you drag down towards your waist. Keep going in that same direction, team. Warming up your scapular control, making these as active as you can. So don't just let your chest sink towards the floor, pull the shoulder blades together. Wake up the muscles that do that job. Good, pause where you are and rewind. Up towards the ears, into the spine, stay tight to the spine as you drag down towards your waist. Stay low by the waist as you push apart as far as you can, and then come up wide. You got it. Check in, are your elbows still straight? Are your abdominals still braced? Clean up any of those things if they've started to slide. Keep circling for 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're gonna bring those back in a little bit. For now, come down onto your forearms. Good. From here, you're gonna walk your forearms a little further forward. So your hips are no longer right above your knees. We're gonna do some mini planks. So I want you to make your knees and forearms heavy into the ground, leaving your feet light. Tuck your tail under like you're trying to round your low back just a little bit. And then ramp up a contraction in the front of torso tissue by dragging your forearms towards your knees and your knees towards your forearms. Ramping up to your strongest contraction for 5, increasing 4, increasing 3, increasing 2. Find your greatest, safest effort for 1 and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a little rest by pushing your butt up in the air. And you can have a little bonus relaxed armpit stuff stretch. And then we're gonna come back in for 2 more. Tuck your tail as you shift the hips forward. Glue your forearms and knees to the ground. Pull the floor together to ramp up contraction in the front of your torso. 5, increasing 4, increasing 3. Squeeze your butt. 2. Greatest, safest effort and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push your booty up in the air to take a little relax. Take a breath, let your neck chill. And then last one, best one. Tuck your tail under, squeeze the butt, pull elbows towards knees, knees towards elbows to ramp up for 5, increasing 4, increasing 3, increasing 2. Greatest, safest, strongest effort and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax it. Good, okay. We're gonna come back to quadruped for some glenohumeral CARs. If your neck is saying that this is enough for you, come to any other position that feels good. You could come to side lying to stay off your feet, give your neck a little break, do whatever you need. Deep breath in. Brace your midsection. Make your right hand heavy into the floor so that you feel like you can take your left hand away without losing your shape. Bring that arm across your body, maxing out external rotation, and then come up towards your ear. When you find your sticking point, rotate away and reach up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Coming up high before you come down by that hip, and then rewind. Good. We're going to do 2 reps. Keep your body tension high. Keep pushing the floor away and make the air denser for that second rep. Can you carve through using more muscles, more strength? Beautiful. Breathing around your brace. Midsection is strong and you're taking in natural breaths as best you can. Finish up that second rep. Place the hand down. And now make your left hand heavy. Charge up pressure into the floor so you can take your right arm away without shifting or wobbling. And then externally rotate that right arm, take it across, and then up towards your ear. Find your sticking point. Maximize rotation. Keep rotating as you reach your wrist up towards the ceiling. Come down towards the hip, and then rewind. Good. Pushing into the ground with all 5 fingers of that hand that's on the floor. You've got one more rep to do. The air just got denser. Carve through it. Reinvest in your braced midsection. Good. Heavy hand pushing into the floor. Finish up that last rep. Carving through. Dense air, pushing it out of the way. And rest. Fantastic. All right, from here, leave your feet and ankles resting on that pillow and just bring yourself down to a side lying position. Fantastic. You can fold up your bottom arm and rest it under your head. If that doesn't work for you, grab a second pillow to stuff under your head. From here, we're gonna go right into some hip CARs on that top leg. So we wanna take a deep breath in, ramp up our brace through the midsection, and create an upper body strategy for tension. You can push down into your own body or drive that arm into the floor. We're gonna go 1 minute tick-tocking back and forth. Here we go. Pull that knee towards your chest. Good, pushing the thighs apart. Rotating and pushing back. Coming around, once those knees touch, rewind and go in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Nice, team. For these remaining 40-ish seconds, can you turn up your internal tension? More brace through your midsection. Wake up more muscles that are pulling that hip into each position of the hip CAR. Again, imagine that dense air you're carving through. Good, last 15 seconds. You might get through a partial CAR, that's okay. I just want you to keep carving, keep moving. Three, 2, 1, wherever you are, let that top leg rest on the bottom leg. Now, from here, we're gonna do a little work with the bottom leg. So you're gonna stretch your top leg out long to rest on the pillow now. And if you need to adjust the pillow a little bit so that it keeps your ankle elevated and comfortable, please do so. And then you're gonna slide that bottom knee forward so that it's pressing straight ahead from your hip joint, making a nice right angle there. From here, we're gonna get some external rotation passive range holds. So we wanna, once again, charge up that plank-like feeling through your midsection, packing some air in and then bracing around it, and then rotate your bottom leg such that your ankle comes up off the ground. Hold that top position, and then slowly control it back to just whisper touch the ground, and then you're gonna come right back up. Each time you find that top position, give it a good 1-2 hold where you're really trying to squeeze out more before slowly controlling that rotational return back to the ground. And again, just a whisper touch. We're trying not to put any pressure on the feet, but I do want you to mark that you've made it back to the floor each time. Good. Next time you get into that hold, that top position, maintain it. Hold there. Now, try not to lose any rotation. We're gonna add a bend of the knee. Pull your heel towards your opposite thigh, as close as you can get it, and then start to extend that leg out. Keep holding the rotation, holding the rotation, holding the rotation, only as far as you can go without losing it, and then back and forth like that at your own pace. Maxing out, pulling your heel towards your thigh, and then sending your toenails towards the floor, keeping your heel as high as you can to make sure you're maintaining that external rotation. You got it, team. Midsections brace strong. Keep working for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parachute back down. Fantastic. Okay, ankles back on the pillow. Come back to your mini plank prep position. So your elbows are under your shoulders, a little ways away from your knees, and just test out that you can come into your plank comfortably. Great. Okay, from here we're going to come into that plank, we're going to ramp it up, and then we're going to do our scapular CARs from there. So tuck your tail, shift forward, pinch the floor, forearms towards knees, knees towards forearms, charge up some good tension, and then draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine, up like a shrug, wide across your back, and down. Keep going in this same direction. The scapular movement might be a little smaller in this position. Don't sacrifice the quality of the plank to make a bigger scapular CAR. Rather, let the CAR be dictated by how well you can keep that plank tension charged up. You've got 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, for you at home, just roll onto your other side. I'm going to have Will flip around so that you can keep seeing what he's doing. Good, ankles resting on that pillow, nice and comfy. Top leg hip CARs. Deep breath in, pack some air into your midsection, create a good brace. We're gonna tick-tock back and forth for 1 minute. Ready, go for it. Pulling that thigh to your chest, pushing the thighs apart, wringing out rotation, pushing the thigh bone back, dragging that knee down towards the floor. Once the knees touch, reverse. Beautiful. Keep breathing around that nice strong brace in your midsection and challenge yourself here. Can I really wake up the muscles that are pulling my hips into all these different positions? We're going to break these CARs into halves later, so we'll get to really wake up some of the fun stuff that does all these jobs. Now is your chance to just really prime the whole hip surface. Good. You got it, team. Last 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Wherever you are, rest. You're going to straighten that top leg out so it's comfortably resting on your pillow or your rolled towel. Bring your bottom knee forward so that your thigh bone is straight ahead from your knee, or from your hip joint. Knee, line up with your hip joint. That's the one we're looking for. Deep breath in. Charge up plank level tension through your midsection, and then rotate that bottom thigh such that your ankle lifts up as high as it can. Give me a 1, 2, fight for more hold before parachuting back down. Fantastic, team. Keep working with this. Rotate up to your top. Crank for more rotation at that spot, and then control the unwinding of the rotation till you feel that whisper touch of the floor on the edge of your foot. Nice. We got it. 5 more seconds. Good. Next time you get to your highest position, hold it. Brace your belly extra. Now, pull that heel in towards your opposite leg as close as you can get it. It might be different than the other side. And then extend it out. Can you keep your heel high and your toes low to maintain external rotation? Back and forth like that. Keep holding that externally rotated position of the thigh. It will want to drop as your leg straightens out and that lever gets longer. You got it, team. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, pause and control that return back down. Excellent. Okay, roll right onto your mini plank setup, leaving your ankles supported. Tuck your tail, find that strong plank, and we're going to go scapular CARs in the opposite direction. So pull the shoulder blades into the spine, down to the waist, wide across your back, and then up whilst wide. In, down, wide, and back up. You got it, team. Keep circling this same direction. Plank is your first priority. Scapular motion is a secondary priority. Keep moving for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Okay, aren't you glad now you get to lie on your back? Good, well, let me have you swing around so your feet are that way. Fantastico. And once again, we're gonna keep that pillow under the low part of the ankle, shin, etc. Just to make sure we're being really kind to the feet and ankles. All right, from here, gang, we're gonna break our car into pieces. So we're gonna do the portion of it that we can access from this position. We want to brace first. This is really key. So you wanna feel that you're moving your low back towards flat to the mat as best you can. Knees might bend a little bit, that's cool. Brace your belly, and then bring your right leg up into like a tabletop position. Yep. From here, you're gonna keep this knee bent. You're gonna pull your knee as close to your chest as you can get it actively with no pinch on the front side. From there, push out to the side. It's like you're doing a standing hip car but lying on your back. And then when you can't go out to the side anymore without losing contact with your other hip, start to internally rotate. How much can you get? Moving the outer edge of your foot towards the floor. Woo! And then bring it back through those stations. That side position, that hugged to the chest position. And now you're gonna tap down, again, whisper touch of your heel to the pillow or the floor and come right back. Thigh to chest, can you pull it closer this time? Out to the side, how far can you pull that leg out to the side without losing contact on the floor with your opposite butt? Rotate, maximize internal rotation, and then come back through. Pulling that knee to chest, not passive on the way home. Yeah, whew. And whisper touch back down. Good, team, we got one more. Thigh to chest, pull, 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 pull. Good. Pull out to the side, maybe feeling a stretch through the inner thigh stuff, a contraction of the outer hip stuff. Hold that spacing and rotate. Turn your inseam towards the floor and then undo that rotation and bring it back. So the phases of Kinstretch are happening here. And then set that leg down. Zowie. Okay, relax for a moment, wiggle, reset your trunk. Pack air in, brace like you're ready for a cat to pounce on your belly. This is my new favorite cue that Will has. And new leg, pull that knee into the chest. How close can you get for hip flexion without any pain or pinch? And then push out to the side, only as far as you can without that hip coming off the ground. Rotate, spinning inseam towards the floor, and then pull it back through. Close to the chest actively, and controlling until you feel your heel whisper touch the floor or the pillow. It's important that you say whisper in your mind when you're at home, and repeat. Pull, 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 pull into flexion, thigh to chest, pull out to the side, thigh away from center, rotate outside of the heel towards the floor, and back through. Knee to chest, and control, heel to ground. Last time, team, here we go. Pull, knee to chest. Good. Push out to the side. Good. Rotate, squeeze that rotation. Undo your rotation. Bring it back, thigh to chest. And control back down to the ground. Zowie. Okay, that was fun, huh? Great. So from here, you're gonna come back to the first leg that worked, and you're gonna draw your thigh in towards your chest at a comfortable angle. We're just gonna grab some ankle cars here. Now, couple options. If you want, you can keep a bent leg, and if you're able to get a hand on your shin bone, that is helpful. Alternatively, you can have your legs straight up in the air, and you can hold either behind your thigh or in front, putting pressure. We might dictate which one of these options we want in your comments. From here, if your ankle is actively sprained, take these ankle cars gentle. We're gonna cue this first round for you. If you are not working with an ankle injury at this time, follow the normal procedure for ankle cars, asking for your best range of motion. Brace your belly. Pick your leg position and start to gently explore making a circle with your ankle. Just keep it nice and easy. Circling through only what feels good. So it might feel like a half moon if you're working around an active injury at this time. It might feel like a full juicy circle if your ankle is not compromised. Pause and reverse direction. Find what feels good. breathing throughout. You got it, team. 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. Fantastico. Bring that new leg in. And again, pick your poison. Will's gonna show the different option here, holding behind the thigh or along the shin, whatever feels good to you. But again, just something that gives you some feedback about the shin bone not moving. And then start to explore a circle with your ankle, drawing a little circle. Finding what feels good today, letting it be different than your other side, and letting it be different than other days. Again, especially if you're working with a current injury or pain experience, we have to keep meeting curiously that joint where it is and exploring what's possible. That's the most nutritive thing we can do for that joint. And then reverse direction. Breathing as you move. Again, letting your breath move calmly is another way to communicate to your nervous system that what you're doing is okay. And especially when we're working with an active injury at a joint, part of what we're doing with lots of motion is communicating what is good and helping to generally calm the inflammatory response that's happening there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Okay, from here, we're going to sit up, and this is where you'll need your spacer. So you can, leave yourself resting on the pillow there. So either a block or a ball will be right for you depending on the person. What we're aiming to do here is to maintain active hip flexion, so thigh to chest, without drastically changing the shape of the spine. And then we're gonna add the knee bending and extending, which is gonna make the job of holding that hip flexion a bit harder. So you want to place an object at the last spot where you can actively feel active pressure into that object. So the block's nice because you have many different sides to choose from, but it should feel like, it shouldn't feel easy to hold, like it's wedged down in there. It should feel like it's in the last place where you can actually generate some force, and then you'll feel that as lots of work, so we won't keep you there for too long. We're just gonna do 40 seconds of work, holding actively. Let's just show one for the example here, Will. Holding actively, and then extending and bending. Good, relax it back down, yes? So, prop yourself up nice and tall. Brace your midsection. Again, charge up some of that plank feeling. Draw your thigh in and place your object in the last place you can hold it, and go for it. Extend the knee. Whoo! Bend the knee. Shaking is part of the gig here. Imagine I'm in your living room trying to just test, just pull slightly on that block, so you have to really hold it, create that positive pressure. We're almost there, team. You have 10 seconds left. You can do this. You got it. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh. Good. Give your little wristies a little wiggle if they need it. And then same thing on the opposite side. Prop yourself up tall, nice long spine, open chest, brace your belly. Find the last place where you can create pressure into the block, might be a different spot on this side, and go for it. Extend and bend. Good. Positive pressure on the block is priority number 1. How far you can extend the leg is priority number 2. Don't let the leg extension mean you lose pressure on that block. It's both things, both and. Oof, we got this. We're almost there. We're loving life. We're testing our block for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. All right, team. From here, we're gonna do the other half of our hip car. All right, from here, make your way back to quadruped with your feet resting and supported on the pillow. And we're gonna grab the other half of our hip car. So here, we wanna brace the midsection and make sure that we're not slinking into an arch in the back. So charge up that nice strong contraction of plank through your midsection. Take your left leg up towards the ceiling, as high as you can get it. Hold there and then move it out to the side. Hold that and try to externally rotate. And then bring it back through. Heel comes back up to the ceiling. Come in and across. And pull that knee down. Good. Keep going, team. Moving through just the up to the ceiling, the out to the side, the rotation, and then unrotate, up to the ceiling, back in, tap it down. We got one more. Reinvest in your brace. Strong arms pushing the ground away. Up, side, feeling lots of hamstring and glute work. Twist, untwist, pull it in across the center, and drop it down. Good. Okay, take a little moment. Good. And then we'll get our other leg. Deep breath in. Pack that air down. Charge up your plank tension, push the ground away. New leg, right leg, driving up towards the ceiling. Find your hamstring and glute stuff. Stay in it as you push out to the side. Rotate to show your inner thigh to the floor. You might come forward a little bit too, that's all right. And then rewind, back up to the ceiling. Really feeling that lift from your butt, from the back of your thigh, not from your low back. And then bring your knee down with control. Last one, up, out to the side, rotate, hold, unrotate back up to the ceiling. Pull in towards the midline and pull down. Fantastic. All right, be kind to your feet and ankles as you transition back onto your butt and grab your object to use as spacer. Block, tennis ball, whatever is right for you. Sitting up nice and tall, strong push away of the ground, brace your midsection, and actively pull your thigh in, finding that very last place you could hold the block. So if we moved it up a half an inch, you wouldn't be able to hold it. That's how you know it's true. Now, turn out. Externally rotate that tibia, and we're going to bend and extend from here. Go for it. Extend and bend. Keep fighting for more external tibial rotation as you move. Yes, very nice. We got it. 3, 2, 1, and rest that leg. Good, fantastic. Switching to the other side. Same thing, we're gonna do externally rotated tibia. Deep breath in, brace. Hug that block tight to your chest, and extend, and bend. Can you keep driving that external rotation? Notice what different fibers of muscle along the back of the thigh are being recruited to help with this pull of the heel towards the butt. Almost there, team. 5 seconds. You got this. And rest. Oh my goodness. Okay, back to the original leg, this time with internally rotated tibia. So find that spot where you can barely hold the block. Wind up as much internal rotation as you can so the toes will point in. Brace, hug the block tightly, and go for it. Extend and bend. I know, this is the last set of this. Give it all in here, team. Yep, last 10 seconds. Fight to keep that internal rotation. Fight to keep that squeeze of the block for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh my goodness. Home stretch. New side. Setting up tall. Internally rotate that shin bone. Brace and go for it. Extend and bend. Woo, yeah. Extend and bend. If you run into the pillow and it feels okay, pull into it. If you need to be sensitive to your ankle, just use it as a stopping point. That's okay too. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna return to ankle CARs, but this time we're gonna do our ankle capsule CAR and from a slightly different body position. So you're gonna tuck that pillow or rolled towel right up under your knees. And then from here, we wanna find knee extension. So pulling up on that quad, you'll feel the back of your knee pressed down into the pillow. And then you're gonna get a little bit of gas pedal up feeling, toes towards the kneecap, only as much as feels good. And then shine the sole of your foot one way and the other way. Back and forth like that, you're on the clock, maintaining that nice quad squeeze. Getting some leg training today. Back and forth. And again, if you're working with an active injury, you might be cutting out one whole portion of the motion and just working one half or one side. If you have no ankle complaints right now, really max it out. Nice. Last 3, 2, and 1. Relax that leg. Ja, 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 ja. Beautiful. Other side, same story. Squeeze the quad muscle. Feel like you're pulling your kneecap up your thigh. Feel that back of the knee press into the pillow. Toes towards you, gas pedal up feeling, and then shine the sole of your foot one way and the other way. Good. I like to imagine that the whole sole of my foot is a flashlight, and I'm actively shining that searchlight back and forth. Helps me get a little more motion right at the ankle joint, which can be tricky to access depending on how stiff or loosey-goosey your ankles are. Good, team. Last 10 seconds. Legs still active. Try not to let the toes add too much flourish. Sometimes they will. If you're getting good motion at the ankle and toe motion, we're okay with that. And relax it back down. Fantastic, team. Enjoy those hip, leg, trunk, shoulder blade upgrades whilst being kind to your feet and ankles. We'll see you next time.